Well, thanks for joining us on Bloomberg Quint. I have with me someone who has made $100 million business out of selling just idli and dosa batter. I have with me PC Mustafa. He's the co-founder of the brand ID Fresh. Mustafa, thank you for joining us and speaking to Bloomberg Quint.
Thank you.
I'm just always curious, idli and dosa is something which, you get at cheaper cost. When you started, venturing into this business, did you ever think that you'll be able to make a so big business out of just selling idli and dosa?
We started a very small scale. We started in a 50 square feet kitchen with an investment of 50,000 rupees. We had only one grinder, one mixer, one weighing scale, one sealing machine and a second-hand TVS scooty. I partnered with my cousins who were running a small tech kirana store in a place called Indiranagar in Bangalore to start ID business. We had no idea about food technology. There were many situations wherein we literally failed every day, but then we learned from those mistakes. Just to give one classical example of a failure, we had started ID batter trials during the winter of 2005. On a hot day in April 2006, I got a call from a store near Indiranagar, and the store complained saying that there is a bomb blast in the batter.
Okay.
We laughed at it. We said, how can there be bomb blast in the batter? It's only rice and dal. There's no bomb in the batter. He said, no, there's a bomb in the batter, come running. So my team anyway rushed to the store. And as suspected, when we reached the store manager was very angry at them. And he said, go clean the fridge, take all the leftover batter and go home.
Oh.
At that time, we had only 20 stores. And this was just one of the 20 stores. My salesman didn't want to give up. My cousin was cleaning the fridge, and my salesman didn't want to give up. He took a pack of leftover batter and went to the store manager, who was sitting on a cash counter with a computer system in front of him. In a traditional kirana store, you will also see a high pedestal in front of him.
Right.
He was holding a pack of batter and was trying to explain the quality of batter to the store manager. He said, "Sir, this is a great product. This is great packaging. We don't have anything else. There is no bomb in the batter," and all of that. Before store manager could reply, this pack exploded. The pack in his hand exploded.
Okay.
A white batter, splashed across on his face as well. Now leave it to imagination what could have happened in the store after this incident.
Yeah.
What did happen? Batter ferments during summer. It forms gas. It expands, and beyond a point, it explodes. It explodes like a bomb blast. We had no idea about food technology before we started the business.
Right.
In fact, I learned the term called fermentation after this incident. So
Okay.
every day we made mistakes, but from those mistakes we learned something new.
Talking about the North market, Southern market is, you're known as the king of breakfast here in the Southern market. But, when you venture into the South, now the North market, people don't usually have idli and dosa for the breakfast. Do you think you'll have faced any challenges when you have to diversify your portfolio as you look into expanding to the North?
I strongly believe in the basic marketing principle that supply creates demand. I think it's a matter of availability. Even North Indians love idli dosa, but they're probably not skilled to make idli dosa batter. So that's where I think when we launch our products in North market, we will make it a huge hit. And moreover, these days you see a trend towards healthier versions of the product. And as we all know, idli is the most nutritious food in the world, as certified by World Health Organization. So I think there's a huge potential for us. And when we launch our products in North, we will definitely look at coming up with related products or more of local favorites.
Mm-hmm. And you're in the business of ready-to-eat food, where the shelf life, ready-to-cook food, where the shelf life ranges from few hours to few days.
Yes.
So how do you manage that there is less wastage?
So I think that has been our key to success. When we started sending 100 packets to the market. 90 packets used to come back unsold from the market. It took us almost 9 months to sell 100 packets in the market. Over a period of time, we started selling 3,000 packets in the market, and we were getting around 24% wastage. And there was no way for me to make this business profitable with such high wastage. That's when we thought we should do something about it. We started measuring the wastage in detail, and then we started using it for decision making. So today I have the data for the last 8 years, store wise, item wise, day wise, sales and wastage for every store, and we use the data to predict the demand, the right demand for the store today, and that really helps us to contain the wastage. Just to give you a number, when we started, we were getting around like 90% wastage. Over a period of time, we started getting on 24% wastage, and today, for a mature city, mature product, we run at less than 1% wastage. That's technology.
And you map everyday demand from each store, not from location, but from each store.
Each store, each item.
Okay.
And we also use the data for our production planning, because overall supply chain, we had to maintain zero inventory.
Give me a breakup of the products. I'm sure idli and dosa generates the bulk of the business. How does the other portfolio spans out?
Idli dosa batter contributes around 40% of my business today, followed by parathas. Parathas contributes around 30%. Then around 10% around 12% come from paneer, and remaining products remaining from coffee, vada, and all of that.
When you started your business, how difficult was it, to really convince these store owners to keep your product, to give you shelf space?
I think probably that was the biggest challenge for us at the initial stage. To be frank, last mile storage is the toughest challenge even today. The example that I give you in terms of the bomb blast, this particular bomb blast happened because of the storage issues in store. If you look at Bangalore market, there are around 65,000 outlets in Bangalore, and only around 20,000 outlets do have a refrigeration facility. Of the 20,000 outlets, we supply only in 5,000 outlets today, because other stores either switch off the chillers at the night or don't maintain the chillers properly. So for a product of our sort, it's extremely important to keep the right temperature, maintain the right temperature. So that's my universe today. Out of 65,000 outlets in Bangalore, we cover only 5,000 outlets in Bangalore, and that's my limitation, and that's the biggest challenge even today.